Introduction. Tesla's story. Tesla had discovered ways of making objects disappear. The FBI entered the room, accompanied by another agent, and stole the papers on behalf of the government. What if I told you a secret that was so powerful, so reality-shattering, that it was erased from history before you ever had the chance to see it? The FBI didn't just steal Tesla's research. They buried it because inside those missing files was a formula so dangerous, so reality-altering, that if you knew how to use it, it would collapse. They would lose their grip on power, and you would wake up to the greatest lie ever told. Tesla cracked the code of energy, vibration, and frequency. He discovered how to bend reality itself and left behind a blueprint hidden in his notebooks. They never wanted you to find it. But today, I'm exposing it. Tesla's stolen discoveries, the forbidden techniques that can shift your reality instantly, and the exact blueprint to unlock limitless energy, consciousness, and manifestation power. Once you learn this, there's no going back. January 7th, 1943. Nikola Tesla is found dead in his hotel room. Within hours before his body is even removed, FBI agents storm in, but they aren't just there to secure the scene. They are there for something far more valuable, his life's work. But here's the real reason Tesla's discoveries were buried and what it means for you. Most people think Tesla was just an inventor. Wrong. He wasn't just working with electricity, he was working with the hidden fabric of reality itself. He proved that everything in existence vibrates at specific frequencies. He discovered that changing a frequency changes the reality of an object. He found a way to make objects disappear, not through magic, but through science. The most dangerous part was when he realized that humans work the same way. Your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs. They all vibrate at specific frequencies, and whatever frequency you hold the longest is what your reality becomes. The secret hidden by the FBI. This is why the government rushed into his hotel room, seized his research, and made sure the public never saw it. Because the moment you understand this, you stop being controlled. But here's what they didn't expect. Tesla left behind a hidden blueprint, not in his papers, but in something far more subtle. His greatest clue, the numbers 3, 6, and N9. But what do they mean? And why did Tesla call them the key to the universe? The answer will change everything. Nikola Tesla once said, "If you only knew the magnificence of 3, 6, and 9, you would have the key to the universe." But what if that wasn't just a metaphor? What if 3, 6, and N weren't just numbers, but the exact formula to bending reality itself? And here's the disturbing part. Modern science is starting to prove he was right. Tesla wasn't obsessed with numbers for no reason. He believed the entire universe operated on energy, frequency, and vibration, and 3, 6, and 9 were at the center of it all. And Tesla was convinced that whoever cracked their true meaning could control the physical world. But the deeper you go, the more unsettling it gets. There's a reason the most powerful people in history were obsessed with numbers, symbols, and sacred geometry. Pythagoras, Da Vinci, Newton, Einstein, they all studied the hidden mathematics of the universe, and every one of them left behind coded messages, hints that point to a secret knowledge only they were meant to understand. But now here's the most chilling part. Tesla's research on this was never found. His notes, his formulas, the missing pieces vanished. But what if I told you that pieces of his work have been hidden in plain sight, in ancient texts, in sacred symbols, in secret teachings that only the most powerful have access to? Because Tesla wasn't the first to discover this knowledge, the pyramids of Egypt, the temples of Atlantis, even lost civilizations like the Mayans, they all used sacred geometric structure tuned to specific vibrational frequencies that align with the fabric of the universe. They understood that energy could be controlled, shaped, and directed, just like Tesla's research proved. And what happened to them? They vanished, entire civilizations erased. just like Tesla's work. Coincidence or a pattern of suppression that goes back centuries? Because one thing is clear, whenever someone discovers how to manipulate reality, they either disappear or their work is stolen and hidden from the public. Tesla's reality shifting formula. Maybe you've worked hard, done everything right, but you still feel stuck. Maybe you've watched others succeed effortlessly while you struggle, and you're tired of it. You've been told it's just luck or that life is hard, but what if I told you the system is rigged against you on purpose? And what if I told you Tesla's stolen discoveries hold the key to breaking free? Because the truth is, your life isn't determined by luck. It's shaped by energy. And here's how to use Tesla's 369 code to reprogram your reality. Knowing this isn't enough. You have to use it. This isn't wishful thinking. It's the same system the wealthiest and most powerful people quietly use every day. Let's break it down step by step. Step 1. Wake up and tap into Tesla's creation frequency, which is called the 3-power move. Right when you wake up, your brain is in a highly programmable state. The first thing you do in the morning determines your entire vibrational frequency for the day, and they know this. That's why they flood your morning with distractions, news, emails, stress. So you start your day in a reactive state. But here's how you take back control. Do this immediately after waking up. So before touching your phone, speak your desire out loud 3 times. For example, everything I want is already mine. Success is my natural state. I create my reality. Feel it. The key is not just saying it, but experiencing it. Your brain doesn't distinguish between real and imagined. Hold that feeling for at least 17 seconds. Why 17? Studies show that after 17 seconds of focused thought, your mind starts sending out stronger vibrational signals. Why does this work? Because morning thoughts are the strongest thoughts, and they shape the entire energetic tone of your day. Use them intentionally, and you've already hacked the system. Step 2. Lock in your frequency midday, which is called the 6 amplifier method. Here's the mistake 99% of people make. They start their day focused, but by midday, they've been pulled back into stress, distractions, and low vibrational energy. That's why powerful people do something most don't. They refocus midday. You need to reinforce your vibration before it gets hijacked. Here's what to do at the halfway point of your day. Breathe in deeply 6 times. Each inhale, feel energy rising in your body and visualize your desire 6 times. Imagine yourself already living it. See it, hear it, feel it. Write your goal 6 times, and this reinforces the energy physically, making it more real to your subconscious. Why does this work? Because your subconscious doesn't respond to words, it responds to repetition. The more your mind sees something, the more it believes it, and belief is the fastest way to make something real. Step 3. Lock reality into place before you sleep, which is called the 9 reality shifter. Here's what no one talks about. The last thing you think about before bed is programming your next 8 hours. That means if you go to bed stressed, worried, or fearful, you're reinforcing that energy for the next day. But if you go to sleep tuned to the right frequency, you send a massive vibrational signal into the universe, one that starts bending reality overnight. Before you sleep, do this. Write down your desire 9 times. This is the final command to your subconscious. Say it out loud 9 times with full belief, as if it's already true. As you close your eyes, feel yourself already living your desired reality. Imagine how it feels, how it looks, how people react to you. Why is this so powerful? Because during sleep, your subconscious processes everything. If you feed it with powerful, intentional energy before bed, it starts rewriting your reality while you sleep. And when you wake up, your frequency is already aligned. This means opportunities, people, and circumstances begin to shift in your favor. The power of 369, Tesla's code to the universe. Events start shifting in your favor. Here's the final step. But are you actually going to do this? Because here's the reality. The system has been using this against you for years. Now you have a choice. You either keep letting them hijack your frequency, feeding you fear, stress, and limitation, or you take control. You start using Tesla's code for yourself. The difference between the top 1% and everyone else isn't luck, it's energy. Must. And now you know exactly how to do it. If you actually apply this for the next 30 days, your reality will shift so fast, it'll feel unreal. The only question left is, are you ready to wake up? Let's go deeper now. This is where things get disturbing. Dr. Andrija Puharich, the man you heard at the start of this video, was one of the most controversial scientists in history. His discovery was so powerful that they tried to erase him. His house burned to the ground twice. So, what did he uncover? Like Tesla, Puharich figured out how to manipulate reality itself.
Dr. Andrija Puharich found out that sound frequencies aren't just background noise. They are the key to unlocking the mind. The reason most people stay stuck isn't because they're lazy, unmotivated, or unlucky. It's because they're tuned to the wrong frequency. Think about it. Obi-Wan never told Luke Skywalker to try harder. He told him to feel the Force, to tap into something bigger. And that's exactly what certain frequencies do. When you expose your brain to 432 Hz or 963 Hz, something shifts. Your brain waves synchronize, unlocking heightened intuition, deeper creativity, and an undeniable connection to the field of reality itself. And then there's 7.83 Hz, the Schumann resonance, also known as the frequency of the universe. Every Jedi feels a connection to the galaxy. That's not just a movie, that's physics. Earth itself vibrates at 7.83 Hz. And when your brain syncs to this natural rhythm, something happens. Perception shifts, manifestation accelerates. People describe it as a level of intuition so powerful it feels almost telepathic. But the real game changer is theta waves, 4 to 7 Hz. This is the Jedi mind state. You know how Jedi can influence people with a single wave of their hand? That's theta. It's the brain state where your subconscious becomes fully programmable. Your identity, your beliefs, the way you see the world, all of it can be rewritten. And this is where it gets crazy. You've been conditioned to believe that hard work is the only path to success, that struggle is required, that thinking positive will somehow override the programs running deep in your subconscious. But that's not how reality works. You've just been trapped in the wrong frequency. And if this all sounds too extreme, ask yourself why the CIA and NASA spent decades studying Puharich's research. Why were his findings classified? Why was his work considered so dangerous it had to be erased from history? Because your mind is not just a brain. It's a control panel for the universe, and most people never escape the loop because they don't know how to tune it. This is exactly why affirmations, vision boards, and positive thinking fail. They try to reprogram the mind while being locked in the wrong state, like trying to upgrade a computer without changing the operating system. If you want real change, you have to do something radical. You have to shock the system. And that's exactly what we're diving into next. The 3-step system to rewire your brain and shift timelines instantly. Because once you understand this, nothing in your life will ever be the same. Because you've been told that success is about grinding harder, that happiness comes from chasing external wins, that breaking free from struggle is just about pushing through. But if that were true, why are millions of people who work themselves to exhaustion every single day still stuck in the same cycles? It's like Groundhog Day on repeat. The forbidden science of energy and frequency. Wake up, struggle, try harder, repeat. No matter what you do, you somehow end up right back where you started. Meanwhile, some people go from broke to thriving almost overnight, while others spend decades grinding only to remain stuck. Some experience massive breakthroughs, while others, no matter how much they meditate, visualize, or journal, never move forward. Why is that? Because it's not about effort, it's about frequency. Your life is shaped not just by your actions, but by your fears and subconscious patterns. This is precisely what Nikola Tesla and Andrija Puharich figured out. You have to hack the frequency of your brain, break free from the unconscious loops that keep you trapped, and step into an entirely new energetic state. one where your reality finally bends to match your desires. This isn't just some vague self-help theory. This is what Puharich discovered before his groundbreaking research was buried. He found that your brain isn't merely a thinking machine, it's a frequency generator. When it's tuned correctly, it can break through hidden dimensions, erase subconscious programming, and alter reality itself, much like stepping into an alternate timeline you never knew existed. So, are you ready to break out? Or are you going to let your story remain on loop? Let's go deeper. Right now, your mind is operating on autopilot, cycling through the same thoughts, emotions, and reality over and over again. And here's the real trap. Your subconscious doesn't care what you want. It doesn't consider your dreams of wealth, freedom, success, or a completely different life. It simply repeats what feels familiar. This is why most people get stuck. They attempt to change their lives while running the same internal programs. It's like trying to rewrite a script while the old version continues to play in the background. Nothing truly changes. So, how do you escape this loop? You must shock the system. Your brain is designed for predictability.
So every single day, do something that aligns with the new version of you. Not someday, not when you feel like it, but every single day, take action that matches the frequency of your future self. This is how you lock in the new reality, and this is how you make sure your subconscious doesn't pull you back into the past. How Tesla's work was buried and stolen. When you feel ready right now, if your future self is confident, how would you walk? Stop walking like that now. If your future self is successful, how would you start your day? Start doing that now. If your future self makes powerful decisions, how would you speak? Start speaking like that now. This isn't fake it till you make it. This is tuning into the frequency until it locks into your nervous system. Step 4. Lock it in with gratitude. Here's the final key. Gratitude is the frequency that makes change permanent. But not just gratitude for what you already have, gratitude for what is coming, gratitude for what is already yours, even before it arrives. This is the signal that tells your subconscious, this is real, this is happening, this is my life. Now, when you do this consistently, your mind will no longer see the old reality as familiar. It will start rejecting it. And once that happens, you won't even recognize your old self. This is the final shift, because once you tune your brain to the right frequency, once you break the old patterns, and once you install the new identity into your nervous system, reality has no choice but to shift around you. This isn't theory. This isn't philosophy. This is how the quantum field works. And now you have a choice. You can let your subconscious pull you back into the old reality, or you can hold the frequency, lock it in, and step into the life that's been waiting for you this entire time. But here's where it gets real. Shifting your frequency is one thing. Holding it is another. Because the moment you step into a new reality, your old one fights to pull you back. Doubt creeps in, old habits resurface, and familiar struggles return. This isn't failure, it's a test. Your subconscious isn't trying to ruin you, it's checking if you're serious. So how do you pass? How do you make sure you don't slip back? Because once you do, your old life won't be able to touch you. And that's exactly what we're diving into next. How to override the subconscious pull and make your shift permanent. The idea that reality is flexible isn't just a spiritual belief. It's a fact that has been proven in multiple scientific studies. One of the most shocking discoveries, brainwave synchronization, is only one piece of the puzzle. The CIA and military weren't just studying sound frequencies, they were looking at a much bigger force, geomagnetic fields. What if I told you that your thoughts and emotions are affected by the Earth's electromagnetic field? NASA and foreign space programs have studied something called Schumann resonances, the electromagnetic waves that pulse between the Earth's surface and the ionosphere. But here's what's never talked about. During major solar storms, human behavior changes dramatically. More people experience vivid dreams and altered states of consciousness. There are massive spikes in intuition and creative insight. Studies show that geomagnetic storms even influence the nervous system and human emotions. In other words, the energy field of the planet itself affects your perception of reality. The CIA's classified research explored this in detail. They discovered that during certain geomagnetic conditions, people became more receptive to higher states of consciousness, telepathy, and even reality shifts. The ancient Egyptians, Mayans, and even the builders of the pyramids aligned their structures with geomagnetic energy hotspots. Why? Because they understood that these fields could amplify human consciousness. Tesla also hinted at this when he talked about the Earth's natural electrical fields and their ability to transfer energy without wires. He wasn't just talking about free energy, he was talking about consciousness itself. So, what does this mean for you? It means your environment is shaping your consciousness more than you realize. You've heard about the power of brainwaves, but the real key is controlling the energetic field around you. Here's how to use this knowledge. Increase time in high-energy environments. Spend time in nature, near water, or in high-altitude locations. These places have stronger electromagnetic fields that amplify mental clarity and intuition. Sync your energy with the planet. Ancient cultures used rituals like sun-gazing at sunrise and sunset to align with natural energy cycles. Even today, studies show that watching early morning light resets your circadian rhythm and brain chemistry. The government has spent decades studying how external forces affect human perception, consciousness, and reality shifts. They didn't just look at frequencies, they studied geomagnetic forces, electrical fields, and how the universe itself responds to human thought. Now you have access to this knowledge. The question is, are you going to use it? Because in the next section, we're diving into how to activate this power in your daily life and how to use it to unlock the reality shift you've been waiting for. Here's how to unlock the gateway process and reprogram your reality. Now that we've exposed the hidden research behind consciousness, let's talk about how you can actually use it. The gateway process isn't just a theory, it's a blueprint for altering perception, expanding consciousness, and tuning your mind into higher reality. But here's what no one tells you. It's not just about binaural beats or meditation. It's about mastering the way your brain, body, and energy field interact. If you've ever felt trapped in your current reality, if you've ever sensed that something is holding you back, this is why. Your brain is running on outdated programming, and the gateway process is the system upgrade you were never taught. Step 1. Achieve the mind awake, body asleep state. This is the foundation. Until you reach this altered state, your mind is too distracted by the physical world to access deeper layers of consciousness. The secret: your body must be fully at rest while your mind stays alert. Here's how to do it. Lay in a dark, quiet room where you won't be disturbed. Perform a full-body scan, relaxing each muscle group from your head to your toes. Use rhythmic breathing. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, and exhale for 6 seconds. Mentally repeat a simple phrase like, "I am aware," or "I am floating," to anchor your consciousness. At this stage, your body will feel heavy, detached, or even start to tingle. This is where your subconscious mind opens. This is where Tesla, Monroe, and Puharich's work all converge, because once you're in this state, you can reprogram your perception of reality at will. Step 2. Hack your brain's perception and break the script. Your brain is a pattern machine. It filters out 99% of reality, only letting in what it expects to see. That's why your life feels like it's on repeat. You're stuck in a loop, seeing, thinking, and reacting the same way every day. To break free, you need to shock your brain out of autopilot. Here's how: peripheral vision trick. Instead of staring straight ahead, expand your awareness to the edges of your vision. Your brain instantly shifts into an altered state. Samurai used this to heighten awareness. So did military remote viewers. Switch your dominant hand, writing, eating, or brushing your teeth, with your non-dominant hand. This forces new neural pathways to form. It's like rewriting the software of your subconscious. Cross-body movements, tap your opposite shoulders, walk backward, or switch hands for daily tasks. This syncs both brain hemispheres, unlocking new perception. Disrupt the sound filter, hum at random pitches, listen to sounds in reverse, or use unpredictable beats. This forces your brain out of routine and into expansion. How to apply Tesla's secrets to shift your reality mode. These micro shifts snap your mind out of old loops, making it easier to rewrite your reality. And next, we lock it in so your new frequency becomes permanent. Step 3. The Focus 10. Breakthrough, where reality begins to shift. The military's experiments into consciousness all revolved around one thing: the moment when an individual enters Focus 10, a state where reality stops feeling solid and becomes fluid. This is where profound transformations happen. It's also where most people fail because at this stage, your logical mind will try to pull you back. But if you push through, you step beyond the simulation. Here's how to lock yourself into Focus 10. Use a body disconnection method. Imagine yourself floating upward or sinking into your bed. Give your subconscious a direct command. Statements like, "Reveal what I need to see," can trigger spontaneous breakthroughs. Allow whatever comes next without resistance, whether it's visions, a feeling of expansion, or a sudden rush of insight. This is where the shift happens. And once you reach this state, you can start influencing the world around you instead of just reacting to it. Because in the next section, we're diving into how to activate this power in your daily life and how to use it to unlock the reality shift you've been waiting for. If the last section revealed anything, it's this: your mind is programmable. The CIA didn't pour millions into studying the gateway process because they were curious. They knew something most people don't. Reality itself is fluid, and the human mind is the interface to shape it. What if I told you that every thought, every breath, and every movement you make is broadcasting a frequency that shapes your reality? And what if I told you that most people are unknowingly leaking their energy, stuck in cycles of stress, doubt, and limitation, never realizing they have the power to shift everything? The truth is, energy isn't just around you, it's inside you. It controls how you feel, what you attract, and how your life unfolds. But here's what they never wanted you to know: the way you breathe, the way you think, and even the way you move is either amplifying your power or keeping you stuck. The elite, the powerful, and those who seem to manifest effortlessly, they understand this. They use it, and they make sure you don't. Your breath isn't just about survival. It's a hidden switch that controls your nervous system, brain waves, and even your ability to tap into higher states of awareness. The CIA's Gateway research proved it. Breath patterns can trigger altered consciousness, unlocking heightened perception and deeper control over reality itself. Ancient monks, samurai, and even modern Navy SEALs have used this knowledge for centuries, mastering techniques that seem almost superhuman, and now you're about to do the same. Try this right now. Breathe in deeply through your nose, filling your lungs completely. Hold it for 5 seconds, then exhale slowly. Do it again, but this time, focus on the feeling of your body shifting, your heart slowing, your mind clearing. This isn't just relaxation, this is frequency control. And when done right, it's like reprogramming your entire operating system. But if you really want to feel the shift instantly, there's something even more powerful. Take 30 deep, forceful inhales through your nose, then exhale naturally. After the last breath, hold. Wait. Feel the shift. When your body finally demands air, take a deep inhale and hold for 15 more seconds. What you just did, you flooded your cells with oxygen, reset your brain chemistry, and sent an energetic pulse through your entire body. This is what elite performers, warriors, and ancient sages knew. Energy is controlled from the inside out, and it doesn't stop there. Your mind is a GPS, constantly locking onto whatever images you feed it. If you're always focused on struggle, doubt, and limitation, your brain reinforces that signal, creating more of the same. But here's the secret. Your subconscious doesn't know the difference between real and imagined experiences. The moment you start visualizing a different reality with clarity and emotion, your brain begins filtering the world differently, pulling you toward that outcome as if it's already real. Tonight, before you close your eyes, step into the life you've always wanted, not as a distant wish, but as if it's already yours. Picture it in vivid detail. Feel the weight of your dream home's keys in your hand. Hear the laughter of an old friend as if you just reconnected after years apart. Imagine waking up next to the person you love, the one you thought you'd never find. Breathe in that moment. Let it settle into your body. Because here's the truth. Your mind doesn't know the difference between memory and imagination. Studies prove that when the brain deeply visualizes an experience, it activates the same neural pathways as actually living it. Meaning, right now, in this moment, you're programming your future. The only question is, are you directing it toward the life you deserve, or are you letting old patterns decide for you? And if you think this is just about the mind, think again. Your body is a storage system for energy. Every posture, every movement, every action sends a signal to your subconscious, reinforcing how you see yourself and how the world responds to you. Ever wonder why some people radiate confidence while others shrink into the background? It's not luck, it's energy. Stand tall, feet grounded, arms stretched overhead like you've just won the greatest victory of your life. Hold it for 2 minutes. Your brain chemistry will change, stress hormones drop, confidence skyrockets, and suddenly you're not just thinking differently, you're broadcasting a new frequency, and the world will respond. But the fastest way to rewire everything? Shake off old energy. Ever notice how animals physically shake after a stressful event? They don't hold on to trauma, they release it. Try this. Stand up and shake your entire body for 30 seconds. It might feel ridiculous, but within moments your nervous system resets, your mood lifts, and you disrupt the subconscious patterns that have been keeping you trapped. And here's the part they never wanted you to figure out. These techniques are simple. They're natural. They don't require pills, therapy, or years of struggle, but they put you in control. And that's exactly why they were never taught to you, because the moment you learn to harness your own energy, the system loses its grip. Share your knowledge with others. As you learn and grow, help those around you do the same. Your experiences can inspire and guide others on their path. Stay open to new possibilities. Be willing to adapt and evolve as you learn more. The path to breaking free is a continuous process of growth and discovery. This is your life, and you have the right to live it on your own terms. Don't let anyone else dictate what's possible for you. The time to act is now. Your path to freedom has begun. Embrace it with enthusiasm and confidence. The world is waiting for you to step into your true self. Here's how the elite use Tesla's secrets for power. To activate your energy and shift reality instantly. Now that you know the truth, that energy is everything and everything is energy, it's time to activate it. Because knowing isn't enough. You have to use it. You have to train your system to operate on a new frequency so powerfully that your old reality no longer recognizes you. This is how the elite move through the world. They don't chase opportunities. Opportunities move to them. They don't struggle to break through limitations. Limitations bend to their will. And it's not because they're special. It's because they've mastered the hidden formula of energy control. And here's the real secret. It doesn't take years. It takes a decision. Right now, at this moment, your energy is either expanding or contracting. It's either attracting or repelling. There is no in-between. And once you realize how simple it is to shift this, you will never live the same way again. Let's get into the activation. 3 steps. Step 1. Interrupt the pattern. Shut down the old signal. Your current reality is running on loops. Same thoughts, same emotions, same behaviors. And until you shock the system, those patterns will keep broadcasting the same results. Here's how to break it instantly. Do something your brain isn't expecting. Right now, stand up, shake your body for 30 seconds, sprint outside, hold your breath for as long as you can. Do a power pose, change your environment. Anything that disrupts the loop will break the frequency of your past. Because here's the truth, your body memorizes emotions. If you've been stuck in stress, anxiety, or limitation, your nervous system expects it, and it will keep pulling you back into familiar patterns unless you do something radical to shake it up. This is why most people fail at manifestation. They try to think positively, but their body is still tuned to the old frequency, and the body always wins until you shock it out of the past. So do this now. Interrupt the loop, break the pattern, and feel the shift immediately. Step 2. Lock in the new frequency. Create a power trigger. Once you've disrupted the old signal, you need to anchor in the new one before your subconscious pulls you back. Here's how to lock it in. Associate a specific action with your new frequency. This could be a gesture, a phrase, a song, a movement, something that instantly snaps you into your new identity. Ever notice how athletes pump their fists before a big play? How speakers breathe a certain way before they go on stage? That's not random, that's programming. Try this. Every time you feel your energy drop, do your power trigger. It could be a deep inhale, clenching your fists, tapping your chest, or standing in a superhero pose. But here's the key. You have to link it to a specific state of power. The next time you feel unstoppable, do the trigger. Your brain will start wiring that action to that feeling, and soon every time you do the trigger, boom! Your energy shifts instantly. This is how you train your body to expect success instead of struggle. Step 3. Program the mind. Install the new reality before you sleep. Now here's where it gets next. Unlocking the full potential of Tesla's 369 code. Level your subconscious mind. It controls 95% of your life, and the most powerful time to reach it is right before sleep. Why? Because your brain is in a theta state, the most programmable frequency. This is when the elite, the powerful, and those who seem to bend reality store their future into their subconscious. Tonight, before you sleep, don't scroll your phone. Don't replay old worries. Instead, close your eyes and feel the life you want as if it's already real. But here's the key. It has to feel real. You have to breathe as that version of you. You have to sink into it so deeply that your nervous system believes it's already happening. And if you do this every night for the next 30 days, your brain will start firing new neural pathways to align with that reality. One day, without warning, you'll wake up and the shift will already have happened. If everything is frequency, then everything is also programmable. But here's the piece that even the CIA, the FBI, and the classified gateway process files never explicitly stated. The way you manipulate energy isn't just through thought, it's through interference patterns. Think about how radio waves work. If two frequencies collide, they create an interference pattern, a ripple in the signal. That's what's happening in your mind every single day. Your past programming and your present desires are fighting for dominance, creating a distortion in the signal you're broadcasting. This is why manifestation feels impossible for some people. It's not because they aren't high vibrational enough. It's because their current energetic field is being jammed by an unconscious interference pattern running in the background. The only way to override it is to neutralize the interference pattern and collapse the old signal. Here's how the CIA's gateway process secretly used energy disruption. Buried inside declassified CIA documents on the gateway process is something most people overlook: the importance of pattern disruption in shifting consciousness. They knew that you couldn't just think positively or meditate your way into expanded awareness. That's why their protocol forced the brain into different states by disrupting the natural flow of consciousness. Here's what they did. They used sensory overload followed by sensory deprivation. The brain is most programmable when it's in a state of disorientation. By overwhelming the mind with sound, flashing light, or intense experiences, followed by deep stillness, the nervous system is forced to rewire, the forced hemispheric synchronization. Most people operate with their left brain, dominant in logic, structure, and analysis, which keeps them trapped in linear thinking. The gateway process forced the right hemisphere, intuition, energy, perception, higher consciousness, to activate. By using sound frequencies, they implemented energy recalibration. The last step was clearing out static interference by creating a dominant internal rhythm that overrode any chaotic patterns. This was done through controlled breathing, intention, and repeated exposure to specific vibrational states. They were, in effect, deleting the old program and installing a new one, the exact same process that reality hackers and spiritual masters have used for centuries. Here's how to collapse the old reality script. Now let's apply what they hid from you. Forget affirmations. Forget just thinking positive. The way to break out of the unconscious interference loop is by actively disrupting it. First, interrupt the body's pattern. Your nervous system is addicted to familiarity. It expects stress at certain times of day, expects certain reactions, expects your identity to stay the same. Shock it. Take an ice bath or cold shower to break cellular memory. Change your daily environment radically, even if just for a day. Move your body in an unfamiliar way. If you never dance, dance. If you never run, sprint. Final thoughts and call to action. Reverse visualization. Most people visualize their future, but their mind still holds on to the old past. Instead, try this. Picture your current life dissolved in, like pixels breaking apart. See yourself stepping out of your body and entering a new version of yourself. The key is to do this while experiencing a peak emotional state, after exercise, breath work, or deep stillness. Finally, collapse the quantum loop. If everything exists as a wave function, until observed, as quantum mechanics proves, then what you focus on becomes real. But what happens when you stop observing the past self? Each time an old memory or self-doubt surfaces, interrupt it with a new thought pattern immediately. Instead of affirmations, speak in command form. I no longer operate from that timeline. That version of me has already collapsed. This is my new state. Now, you're not becoming the new you, you're deleting the old interference signal first. Both Tesla and Pitch realized that consciousness operates within a field, not inside the brain. Tesla's experiments with wireless energy transfer weren't just about electricity. He was proving that energy can be sent and received non-physically. Pitch's research on telepathy and brainwave manipulation suggested that thoughts could travel outside the body like radio waves. This means your thoughts are not inside you, they exist in a field. That field is programmable and can be altered like tuning a radio station. If you don't consciously control the signal you're broadcasting, someone else will. Now tie this back to the gateway process. Why was the CIA so obsessed with remote viewing, ESP, and altering consciousness? Because they knew that perception controls reality. If they could control what people perceived, they could control what was possible.
It craves routine, even if that routine keeps you trapped. If you don't interrupt the pattern, your mind will always revert to the past. The fastest way to do this is to break the body's memory of the old you. Do something that forces a reset, something your nervous system cannot ignore. Take an ice-cold shower, sprint outside, hold your breath for 30 seconds. Do anything that physically shocks you into the present moment. Why? Because in that instant, your mind is wide open. For just a few seconds, the subconscious loop gets disrupted, and this is where real transformation begins. When the mind is open, you can start installing a new identity. But here's where many people fail. They shock the system and then do nothing with it. They leave the door open but never walk through it. You can't just break the pattern, you must replace it. This is where the most significant shift occurs. Ask yourself, who am I when I'm free? Not who do I want to be, not what am I trying to manifest, but who am I when I'm already free? When the struggle is gone, when limitations don't exist, and when you are already living as that future version of yourself. The second you get that answer, act on it immediately. This is the real secret. The mind follows identity before effort. Most people try to change their lives by forcing action. But Puharich's research proved what ancient wisdom has always said. Your subconscious doesn't respond to effort. It responds to identity. If you start living, thinking, and making decisions from the frequency of your future self, your subconscious will recognize that as reality. Once it accepts that reality, it will begin to shift everything in your external world to match it. This is how you step into your new life. The government's fear of Tesla's discoveries out of the loop. This is how you escape the old timeline and lock in a new one. Not by wishing, not by hoping, but by embodying it. But even this isn't enough, because once you break free, once you step into a new frequency, you have to lock it into your nervous system. Otherwise, your subconscious will try to pull you back, and that's exactly what we're diving into next. How to install the new reality before your mind drags you back into the past. Here's how to lock in your new reality before your mind pulls you back. You just broke the loop. You disrupted the old patterns. You interrupted the script that's been running your life. But here's the problem. If you don't install the new reality into your subconscious, your mind will pull you right back. Because the subconscious hates the unknown, even if your old reality was filled with stress, struggle, or limitations, it was familiar. And to the brain, familiar equals safe. This is why most people experience breakthroughs, but nothing changes. Their nervous system pulls them back into what it knows. So how do you make sure this doesn't happen? How do you install the new reality so deeply into your subconscious that going back to the old one becomes impossible? Step 1. Feel it before you see it. Most people try to change their reality by forcing new actions, but action alone won't work if your subconscious is still running the old program. Your subconscious doesn't listen to logic, it listens to experience. This is why affirmations and vision boards fail. You can say, I am wealthy, I am free, or I am powerful all day long. But if your body still feels like the old you, your subconscious will reject it. So instead of just saying it, you have to feel it. Close your eyes, step into the frequency of your future self, not as something you hope for, not as something you wish for, but as something that is already real. Ask yourself, if this reality was already mine, how would I feel? Would you feel lighter, more certain, more powerful? Hold that feeling, amplify it, let your entire body memorize it. Because here's the truth. Your subconscious doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. The moment you can feel it as if it's already happening, your brain accepts it as truth. And once that happens, your nervous system locks in the new frequency. Step 2. Flood your mind with proof. Your subconscious builds reality based on what it sees every day. If you keep surrounding yourself with the same people, the same influences, the same environment, your brain will default back to the past. So change what you consume. Immerse yourself in the reality you're stepping into. Follow people who are already living the life you want. Listen to their words. Absorb their mindset. Expose yourself to their energy. Flood your subconscious with proof that this reality already exists, because the more your subconscious sees it, the faster it will accept it as truth. Step 3. Use your body to lock it in. Your body is wired for repetition. It memorizes emotions, habits, and patterns. And if you don't physically lock in the new reality, your body will pull you back into the old one.
You were never meant to struggle, to feel powerless, to be drained by invisible forces controlling your life. Everything you need has been inside you all along. The breath, the mind, the body, they are the tools. Now the only question is, are you going to use them? Because they may have tried to keep this knowledge from you, but it's time to reclaim what's rightfully yours. The first step is to open your eyes to the influences that have shaped your beliefs. Consider the sources of the information you've been given. Who benefits from keeping you in the dark? By questioning everything, you begin to take back control. Begin by connecting with your inner self. Set aside time each day for quiet reflection. Find a peaceful spot where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and take deep breaths. Focus on the sensation of the air entering and leaving your lungs. Let your thoughts come and go without judgment. This practice helps you become more aware of your thoughts and feelings. It brings you into the present moment where true change can occur. As you become more mindful, you'll notice patterns in your thinking. You may realize that some of your beliefs aren't your own, but have been imposed on you. Seek knowledge from a variety of sources. Read books that challenge your perspective. Listen to speakers who offer the mind-blowing link between Tesla and ancient civilizations. Different viewpoints engage in discussions with others who are on a similar path. The more you learn, the more you'll see how much has been hidden from you. Let go of fear and embrace curiosity. Fear has been used as a tool to keep you compliant. It's time to replace it with a desire to explore and understand. When you feel afraid, ask yourself, what's causing that fear? Is it a genuine threat, or is it something you've been conditioned to feel? Take action in your daily life. Even small changes can have a big impact. Start by examining your habits. Are they serving you, or are they holding you back? If there is something you've always wanted to do, now is the time to start. It could be learning a new skill, pursuing a passion, or making a positive change in your lifestyle. Surround yourself with those who elevate your frequency. Seek out a community of awakened minds, individuals who understand that reality is shaped from within. Align with those who encourage your evolution, who challenge you to think beyond the surface and inspire you to embody your highest potential. In the Philosophical Essence community, we recognize that growth is not a solitary journey. We exchange insights, challenge perspectives, and co-create a reality that transcends limitations. Each conversation, each shared experience is a catalyst for transformation. Together, we are not just breaking free, we are remembering our true nature. Challenge the narratives that have been presented to you. Just because something is widely accepted doesn't mean it's true. Do your own research and come to your own conclusions. Trust your intuition and your ability to discern the truth. You have the ability to change your reality. Your thoughts and actions shape your experiences. By shifting your mindset and taking conscious steps, you can create the life you desire. Practice gratitude. Take time each day to acknowledge the things you're thankful for. This simple act can shift your focus from what's lacking to the abundance in your life. It can help you stay grounded and present. Set clear intentions for what you want to achieve. Write down your goals and the steps you'll take to reach them. Visualize yourself succeeding. This helps to reinforce your commitment and keeps you motivated. Be patient with yourself. Change doesn't happen overnight. There will be challenges along the way, but don't let them discourage you. Every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. Take care of your physical well-being. Your body and mind are connected. Eating nutritious foods, staying active, and getting enough rest are all important. When your body is healthy, it's easier to maintain a positive mindset. Avoid negative influences that drain your energy. This could be toxic relationships, harmful media, or environments that don't support your growth. Protect your mental and emotional health by setting boundaries. Practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding. Everyone makes mistakes, and it's part of the learning process. Instead of dwelling on the past, focus on what you can do differently moving forward. Embrace the present moment. Worrying about the future or dwelling on the past takes away from the now. By staying present, you can fully experience life and make the most of every opportunity. Trust in your ability to create change. You have more influence than you realize. By believing in yourself and taking consistent action, you can overcome any obstacle. You've been conditioned to believe that your consciousness is just a product of your brain, that reality is fixed, that energy work is woo-woo. But classified documents, Tesla's stolen research, and Peach's findings prove otherwise. The only reason this information was hidden is because if the mass population understood how to shift timelines, collapse old energy fields, and manipulate reality through frequency control, it would end overnight. They wouldn't need corporations. They wouldn't need external validation. They wouldn't operate in fear. And that's the real secret behind why this has been buried. But now you have the blueprint. You're no longer a passive participant in a pre-written script. You are the one writing it. And the moment you begin applying this knowledge, you'll see it firsthand. Because reality isn't just something you experience, it's something you create. If you've made it this far, you're not just watching, you're shifting, you're breaking out of the loop, stepping into a reality that most people will never even realize exists. And that tells me one thing: you're ready. Ready to stop letting the past dictate your future. Ready to take control of the frequency you're broadcasting. Ready to lock in the life that's been waiting for you this whole time. So let's make it official. Drop a comment below with "Frequency Unlocked," so I know you're serious about this shift. Let's see how many of us are done playing small and ready to step into something bigger. And here's something even deeper. I'm putting together a private newsletter soon, packed with next-level insights, hidden wisdom, and the kind of truth that reshapes reality from the inside out. But here's the catch. Only the first 100 people to sign up will get early access to something special when it drops. So stay tuned, big shifts are coming. The only question is, will you step into them or let your old self pull you back? I'll see you in the next one. Your future is already calling.